Hi everyone, it's Raquel Bowman here, and today I'm excited to share with you my guest layout for the Cut Shop. I was really excited when Ashley asked me if I'd like to be a guest designer. So what I did was I had a look through the Cut Shop store, and this coffee cut file really sung out to me, and I'd taken a photo recently of a coffee moment and I wanted to document that. So the file that I've used today is Cuppa Joe, and I've used this one down here, but what I've actually done with the love heart is in the Silhouette software, I've just enlarged that love heart slightly, because what I wanted to have was I wanted it to frame my photo. Now the photo that I'm documenting is a picture of myself sitting on my couch having coffee, but in the background is my kitties playing beautifully. And the moment that I sort of want to document with this is just how enjoyable, how nice a cup of coffee can be when you've got happy playing kids in the background, or peace sort of in the background, I guess you could say. So and my mug is one that I got years ago now at a scrapbook retreat I went on, and it says, "My head says chores but my heart says scrapbook." And I love that mug. So that's what I'm going to be documenting, and this is the cut file that I've cut out just on white American Crafts cardstock. And as I said, my thought is that I want to be able to frame the photos so that you can see my kids, but you can also clearly see that that's a cup of coffee in my hands. So probably something like that. So that will be my focal, or my photo for the layout. And then I've grabbed out a couple of doilies. I've grabbed out some vellum. I've chosen to work with the bits and pieces from the Amy Tan Better Together collection, and I've only got a couple of the larger pieces of paper which I got in one of my hip kits, but I've also got the smaller paper pad, and I'm only sort of wanting to, I think I'm maybe thinking about a vertical design, because the cut file, I'll just grab it out, is so enlarged, so I've made it quite big so that it is the focal point. So I'm thinking maybe I might run strips of vertically of the pattern paper, and then I might back bits of the cut file with this 6x6 paper pad. So there's lots of sweet sorts of prints in here and colours. And then I've just selected out really quickly the puffy stickers, some enamel dots, the ephemera pack from the Amy Tan, so that same collection. I've grabbed out as well the Chamel collection, because there's some navy and yellow and pinks in that which would work. It's only, I don't have a lot of it left, but what I do have left may work. I've got the sticker booklet, and then I've grabbed out a couple of different things, possibilities for the title. I've just got these thickers, which I sort of feel like the cut file is working as my title, but I might want some extra wording or accents, or maybe these might work for that. I'm not really sure at this point. I've got these frames, and then I've got these Chamel alphas as well. So I sort of have grabbed a lot, but because I'm not really sure where my design is taking me, I've grabbed a lot. And then I've just got these as well. So these are pink paisley cork stickers and the word stickers. So looking at this now, I think I definitely want to work this onto one of the sides, and most likely it would be this side. I think if I may be able to do a central vertical design, but I'd need to have some strips either side, and I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see. So I'm going to speed you up and as I go through my process, and we'll see how this turns out. Okay, so I'm starting by just adhering my cut file to my photo, and to do that I'm just applying a bit of a liquid adhesive and positioning the heart sort of framed around my photo where I wanted it to be, and then just trimming off any excess that was poking out around the cut file or where I didn't want it to be seen. And now I'm in the process and I'm trying to build some vertical strips down either side of where the cut file is. I wanted the focus to be obviously on the photo and the cut file title itself, and I felt like it just being on the page obviously just on its own wasn't going to stand out enough, so it needed some sort of grounding to the page. And the Gorgeous collection by Amy Tan has this I think it's Better Together, has a navy and white stripe which I just loved, so I thought I'd try and feature that a little bit on the layout. So I'm sort of popping that either side at the moment, and I'm trying to decide whether to use the floral side up or the navy stripe side up. And then I needed to back the cut file, and I wanted the Today Starts Here text to really stand out, and I wanted it to pop off the page. And a lot of the patterned sort of printed paper was a bit too busy, so as you can see I'm pulling out the more neutral plain sort of papers that just have a slight watercolor look to them, but they're still plain in pattern, to put behind that cut file. And I end up deciding on the yellow piece, and I loved just that pop that it brought. And I thought at first that I was going to put the Here down the bottom, which is like the arrowhead in the yellow, and the Today Starts in a different color. And as I placed the cut file with the Today Starts on other colors, it just wasn't, as you can see, they're really popping off enough. So I end up using the yellow again and just using that remaining little piece. So yeah, I did try the others, but I just felt like it wasn't going to work, so I used that remaining piece of the yellow and my liquid adhesive to get all those little bits so that it's not just adhered around the edge, and I stick that on. And as soon as I turn it over, you can really, it just really stands out. In the top of the cup I added some vellum because I didn't want to leave it empty, so it just gives it that frosted sort of look. And it was a nice sort of easy touch to add. And then I'm going to work on adhering down my paper strips with just a tape runner that I have. That's just an American Craft Sticky Thumb tape runner. I really like them, but I find I use them far too quickly, so I don't tend to use the smaller runners as often as I'd want to because I use them too quick. I normally will grab my ATG. And now I'm just going through the ephemera pack for the Better Together collection, and I'm going through just some bits and pieces that I can layer and play with. And I wanted to create a cluster at the top left and a cluster at the bottom right. So I'm picking mainly just some of the stickers from that sticker book you can see there, and the ephemera. And I love to layer, so I'll look at pieces and I'll try to think of ways that I can layer them just for something different. So half the time with the stickers you might only see the smallest little snippet, but when you look close at details of my layouts or clusters, you can see those bits and pieces that are layered and tucked and weaved in just to create a nice effect. So on the bottom right corner there, the cluster that I'm working on, I've added a doily, and I've just done some machine stitching then to secure the half the doily on the top left and the bottom right corner. And I've also machine stitched, as I'm showing you there, around that arrowhead, and it just gives that little bit of detail to the cut file, and it also helps it, because it's white on white on the back of my page, it helps it sort of stand out that little bit and give a bit of definition from the background. And I also will adhere that on foam, and that creates a shadow which gives more definition because of the white on white. So I tend to, if I'm doing a lot of white on white cut files, I will pop them up on foam to give that shadow, and then you can see the distinction between the cut file and the background piece of paper, because I'll normally cut and create on the same textured coloured pieces of white cardstock. So I'm building that bottom right cluster, and it's got a combination of the ephemera and just layering them. I've used circular elements like I have with the doily, and I suppose sort of the heart is a sort of circular-ish curved shape. So I've sort of kept some circles in place, and I'm sort of going on a, if you look at it, sort of a diagonal design, I guess. So from the top left to the bottom right corner of the page, you'll sort of see a flowing of embellishments and little things like the enamel dots that you could see to the left there of my page, and then also those super cute little puffy stickers, which are really gorgeous, but some of the icons I found a little bit tricky to use. So there's the foam going onto the back of the cut file, and I played around a little bit just to get that nice and straight, lifted it up, checked if it was straight, pulled it off, tried it again until I was happy. That's what I do. I'm not ashamed to say it. I like things, if they're meant to look straight, I want them to be straight. So now I'm going to work on that top cluster on the top left, and felt like it was missing something. I was layering the ephemera, and I love that coffee cup, and I love that "you make me happy" little speech bubble, but it just needed something else. It just wasn't standing out. I felt like because that floral pattern was so busy, it was blending in. So I had the idea to replicate a tag and use one of the pattern papers in the collection, that's soft pink. I have some reinforcement stickers which I stuck at the top and added a little bow and just sort of made my own tag for the collection. So that's an idea if you need something neutral on a page to add a cluster to. You can create your own tag really easily, and the reinforcement stickers for loose leaf paper are nice and cheap to pick up as well. And then I've built my cluster, added some little puffy stickers, and added some journaling off camera, and that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks Ashley for asking me to be a guest, and I'll be back soon.